right? That's like the one hero now that holds a candle to Alk. Ember is not good against that hero in the later portion of the game. So I overall feel like I like Xtreme better. Let the puck have 0 deaths. Let the Pango get a game. If Alk has nothing, they don't have damage.
Already they're putting pressure onto Noob. And also they got the 3 bounty runes in favor of Xtreme Gaming. So with the Alchemist, that's great. But Paulison, is he going to be first blood top? This Undying is falling extremely low. Omar and Noob chasing him within the trees. He's still alive, but the first blood is actually drawn on the other side of the map. XXX ends up falling to GH, and Paulison eventually takes a tumble as well. So excellent start for Nigma Galaxy in these early lanes. That's exactly how you want to begin the game. Tell me what you think the score is over the course of those years.
So when did you say 2015 to now? Oh, for Ame,
yeah, 2015 to now.
Right?
Oh wait, hold on. Ame right now trying to get a kill maybe. Omar goes into the Shadow Realm, will be able to dodge the initial stun, but the self-stun onto Ame will still connect onto him. Not enough damage coming in from the Shadow Realm hit. And with the Acid Spray Decay combination, they have enough to tick Omar over.
There was no moment that came to mind where I was like, oh yeah, this was the tournament where the Team Sumail 4 absolutely destroyed Chinese Dota, with the exception of 2014 and 2015, right? That was the whole DAC plus TI era where EG was crushing it with Sumail. And then after that, obviously they had some other good results, but yeah, I just didn't remember really seeing him do great against Ame, so.
Hell, even VP had a small stint where they were griefing and beefing with EG for a long time.
Dota is best when all the regions have a good team. At least one good team. And when I say good team, I mean a team that can get a podium finish.
Top lane, Ame trying to get a kill here onto Noob, and with the Acid Spray Decay, once again they do find it. Paulison, he's seen now, sees Ghost. They have the vision. Are they going to try for this one? Swashbuckle goes forward. XXX, though, does not have level 6, so there's not enough damage. Meantime, though, TPs will be drawn in from Nigma to try and defend this. They go onto Shin-Q. Tag team has been expended. They kill off this Nature's Prophet, but Paulison threw down the Tombstone. They need to focus on that one first. They get it down. Now they turn onto Paulison. Stormhammer connected. He's still very tanky on this Undying. 12 decay stacks for him, so they don't have enough damage to reliably kill him. They'll just have to let him go.
On Alk, and it's going to be a while before Sven overtakes him, and also doesn't need to overtake him. Let's keep that in mind. Sven will be stronger with less gold, but definitely a good start for the Alk. It's what you're looking for. Ghost plus GH. This is quite aggressive.
Trying to pick a fight here. Very nice dodge on the Dream Coil, and they get the damage forward. GH and Shin-Q both end up falling. Now with XXX, big shield crash onto Ghost. Lots of damage for the Sven. XM, he's here, but can't keep going forward. Run out of mana a little bit. Omar ends up stealing away the Shrine of Wisdom. The Illusory Orb comes forward, and they're not going to chase for this. He dodges the Blood Grenade, but doesn't have enough in the tank to go for Omar. XXX definitely does. He finishes off the Dark Willow, but in the end of the day, it's still a Shrine of Wisdom loss. But he is still quite tanky. He has the level 6 with the Chemical Rage. Now as he heads towards the Lotus Pool, this could be an opportunity. Doesn't have his team nearby him. They're going in onto Ame. RP committed for the Alchemist. The TPs are streaming in, but it's way too late. Doesn't even bother popping the Lotus. He ends up dead, and another bit of a Pepega move from one of our carry players in this game.
This is the biggest kill of the game so far. The timing window the hero has is probably narrower than ever and more precise. So every time you take him down, you swing that quite a bit.
XXX being gone on by Sumail, who does have 21 charges, so has more than enough mana for this fight. But XXX, chipped vest, Vanguard, a chainmail. He just got his full blade mail delivered. Yeah, he's not done. And Omar is going to try to hit him with the full Bedlam combination here. And this time he will actually end up taking a tumble. Okay.
Yeah,
Omar,
isn't very good against Willow.
XXX.
XM haste. They're looking for Ghost. This is not a kill they can get us to, but they're going to try it. I am not a believer
drops the
in this.
Tombstone. I don't know about this one, gang. Shin-Q will show up for this one, but the snowball will be there. Unfortunately, it only goes towards Shin-Q. Ghost still being kept alive. Sumail here, ready to run interference. XM, though, final right click. He gets the kill. Does cost Shin-Q's life for now. GH might also follow up as a secondary kill. XM wants his double. He wants it bad, and he is gonna get it. One more right click secures it. Sumail, as he cleans up Paulison, means that both supports end up dead. And they realize this. That's why they smoke up. Noob wants to reveal his Blink Dagger. Coming mid. XXX, you're in trouble, my friend. There's the skewer. He activates the Blade Mail in time, but it's not going to help him. Still dies in the blink of an eye. Paulison TP's in, but arrives a little bit too late to assist the Pango.
If they could turn this into a tower or a secondary kill, would be really good. Oh, GH.
Wrath of Nature bounces around. The Radiance Burn from Ame gets the kill.
the kill itself might be an even trade, but the timing that you're missing when your support is dead because you cannot make the secondary move is the bigger damage here. Because you would love to just run around kill to kill to kill and keep playing the map offensively, but every time you get stifled...
They're coming top. XXX, he's about to die here. Can't get off the Rolling Thunder, nor can he use any of the items. But he does at the very least help to bring down this Dark Willow. XM shows up. Him and Paulison were actually making a rotation, hoping to find Noob. Noob will get the RP out onto XM, but it's only the one. Not enough to really connect more. Ame stuns himself with the Unstable Concoction, but not really a inviting target, despite the fact that he's standing right there. You don't want to go on him.
Now, part of the aggression that Nigma Galaxy could bring is off the table for a bit. And they're actually going to find a play of their own if they get closer. That's huge.
From Xtreme Gaming, they have the Spirit Vessel out onto Ghost, but they still need a little bit more damage. XM is rolling through, coming with Paulison. Xtreme Q is going to be the first one to die, but now that the rest of the supports are here, Sumail's going to have a hard time escaping. The Terrorize, though, buys them enough space to get the slide chains. They bring down Army. Now in the river, XXX and Paulison trying to fight against Noob. This Magnus is fairly tanky, does have some one charges to pop if needed. They cannot get him out, and he ends up dead. It's a double for him. They did lose Sumail on the back edge, though. Him and the Magnus do go down. Going forward, Paulison stunned up by the Stormhammer and the Curse Crown. Ghost with the right click secures a double kill. But he does have the Chemical Rage, pops it. Gonna be okay for now. They don't really want to overcommit, but now that Ghost is towering up, now they're gonna go in. They stun him up, they're going for Army. Doesn't have anybody nearby to help him out. He just ends up dead immediately. And at the same time, they lose Paulison.
Yeah, and I guess that begs the question, has XXS's build worked out? This Vanguard Blade Mill, has he got his money's worth?
Oh, he's not getting skewered back in front of the tier 1 tower though, so... Well, doesn't help him in that instance. There's going to be a pretty big Dream Coil, but XM realizes there's no way he engages that fight. Paulison's Tombstone is being protected.
They will not go for the Tormentor here. XS will stop them in their tracks.
They come with XM though. Dream Coil just came back with cooldown. Silence in onto Sumail. There's the Dream Coil, but where's the damage? Rolling Thunder will connect from XXX. And with the Spirit Vessel out, this might be enough to kill off Sumail. Sumail does die to the Lucio. Ghost in the meantime was trying to close down Paulison, looking to bring down the Undying. He succeeds. Tombstone though was deployed before he goes down. And now XXX caught inside some brambles. Right in front of Ghost. RP onto both him and Arme. They're eating this damage from the Sven. Arme will eventually die. Skewer kills him off from Noob. Q though at the very least able to bring down Omar on the back edge of the fight. And now with the Spirit Vessel out onto Ghost, they need to get the Sven out of here. Or they can just kill the Prophet. Nigma Galaxy will choose the latter option, keep the Sven alive, achieve a full team wipe.
Okay,
now Nigma's turn to decide for a fight. They smoked just before the other smoke connected, but now they find Paulus or this XM Puck. Puck gets away just for a little bit. XXX creating chaos. They manage to isolate Ghost a little bit, but now he harpoons into the Nature's Prophet, demolishes that hero. XXX gonna be running out of the Rolling Thunder very soon. Needs to be careful here. Dream Coil was sent in onto Ghost. Can they jump him? Arme is finally shown up, but he gets RP'd immediately. Noob is there. RP of his lifetime. Arme is already gone. XXX now realizes that he's all alone here. Nobody around to help him. They do end up killing XM very quickly. He couldn't escape from the edge of the fight. They buy back on the Nature's Prophet. He thought about TPing in, cancels it out. So he just ends up wasting gold. It's another team wipe for Nigma Galaxy. And this time around, nobody's around to prevent the Aegis from being taken as well.
I mean, there's... how would you say Northwest top left? It just doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, more people would just say top left. Omar, terrorized, he's actually buying time. Arme self-stunned! Arme self-stunned! Cinderin! Arme self-stunned! Oh my god, that is a disaster. Another death on him. Q is here as well. XXX, can he get out of here? Ghost is absolutely not gonna die. GH might, but he's still alive. Q, he's gonna be the one to tumble right next to Sumail, burnt away by this Ember Spirit. XXX now held in position, dragged back by Noob. Double kill for Sumail.
With Noob respawning, not good enough for Nigma. They'll get the tower. Okay. Not bad.
This time he does find the stun, goes on to Ghost, but Noob is there immediately. There's the RP. Did find the BKB before it came off though. So he's able to evade a lot of this damage, work his way back up into the Hydra. XM held Ghost at bay with the Dream Coil. Now stun being thrown forward. Arme will not self-stun, it actually connects onto Ghost. They're still buying time. The Rolling Thunder misses in its entirety onto the Sven. Now Sumail jumping forward, hoping to run some distraction. He can't do it. They just come back to kill off XXX as they zone Xtreme into their base. Nigma Galaxy end up losing nothing. The Aegis is still infect. Parlason, he's been stunned up right now by Sumail. Sumail's going forward, wants to be able to find this kill with the Aghanim Scepter, but now he's been silenced up by XM. They just don't have the damage though. Skewer into Terrorize. XM is gone. Does have buyback, however, as Army goes in, finds the stun, but he needs help. Team, where is the crew? Where is the squad? They just don't have the damage by themselves. Goes the last man remaining inside the base, but he's still very difficult to bring down. Army trying to chop this wood, trying to get through him. They're looking for life number one, Synderen, and they are gonna get it. Sumail though goes in on the back line, looking towards some of these supports, killing them before they can end up losing the ghost carry. And now they've isolated Army once more. They kill him off. Sumail finishes off Shin Q. Looks forward for Parlason, gets the chain gang stun out. He's hauled in position. Outwall Star protect him for now, but GH says no, kicks him into the damage.
2% of his max health per attack. It took forever, and now it's just the first life. And he ends up being compromised in his position. And to make matters worse, that was not even the... Let's see if they can get out of this.
They're going in. Ghost has BKB, God Strength, he's activated, and Arme also TPing back in, but Arme goes immediately into getting caught here. Abyssal plays down onto Ghost. Can he finally win this man fight? His BKB is down. He needs help. Sumail Dream Coil in with XM. They're trying to find the Ember Spirit, but no! With the RP onto Arme. He's been saved though by Parlason, put inside the tombstone. Arme comes right back in, looking towards Ghost. They're chasing the Sven and they get him. 100 seconds in the grave, no Sven. Sumail, he brought back, trying to run interference, trying to get more damage out, but he realizes that this fight is over. Forced to immediately get back to base. Okay. Then definitely Pango. I mean,
I guess so.
Undying one doesn't really make that much of a difference. Nature's Prophet already has his own one. Mid lane, there's actually a Rolling Thunder. Nuke tried to get the skewer into RP back, but Ghost actually able to get the stun onto Arme. Immediately he's entombed though. So he's able to get back. The BKB of Ghost about to finish. He's been sprouted in as well. Do they have the damage for him? Arme trying to drop downward, trying to look for Noob, and Noob is down. Look at the stun as well onto Ghost. Ghost is losing all of his HP, and he ends up dead. Rolling Thunder now connects onto Sumail. He's been stunned by the Abyssal. Silenced up. One more stun. The unstable concoction lands, and his life is forfeit. And that's a dieback on the Ember he brought back for the previous fight. On the bright side though, Sumail is building a brand new 9-second BKB. One of the items that can be super solid in the late game. Mid-game, they might want to try and go on to XM here. Terrorize coming out, maybe
Sumail?
no, but Sumail, he gets stunned up first. They don't want to keep the pursuit directly on top of him though. Arme didn't want to commit the full Abyssal Blade, but now the Dream Coil onto 3, XXX, trying to bounce them out of the stun, but there's going to be GH, the saving snowball to keep them all alive. Noob, he gets the RP only onto Shin-Q, but nothing else really happens. He ends up losing his life on Noob. Ghost now trying to bring down XXX, the entomb from Parlason, saving this Pangolier a little while longer. He does finally die, but he wastes the entire BKB. But Noob with the buyback, RP onto Arme. Arme ends up dead. Parlason now has no options for keeping himself in the fight, as Ghost and Sumail have too much damage. Oh, look where they're going. They're actually all porting back. They know that there is not everybody there. Omar's not with them at the moment. If they can start this fight right now, they're going to go. They find both Ghost and Noob. This could be huge. XXX with the Rolling Thunder. Arme, this time the stun will not miss. It gets the connection and Noob is gone. That's a dieback on the Magnus. Ghost now stunned up. Abyssal Blade. He is almost certainly dead here. Tries to Superman forward, but XXX dodges into the Rolling Thunder. Ghost is down. His BKB will not protect him. And XM yet again found a Dream Coil onto GH. So they also take out the Tusk.
Yikes.
Nigma Galaxy get caught out with the bad positioning on the map, spread apart by Xtreme Gaming. You know, you look at this game, it's a 24k network lead for Xtreme. Does not tell the story of this game, especially as they jump onto Sumail. Can they get him 100-0 before he dies? He does get off the Ghost at the BKB, so he's going to be all right for now. RP connecting into Shin-Q on the high ground here. Can they bring down the Nature's Prophet? They can. He does have an undying health though, so he's going to buy some time for the fight, but eventually he will fall. Except doing what he can to hold this fight in position. There will be an RP, it's only onto XXX however, and they can't get in the damage onto Ghost. XXX starts rolling away, hits onto Sumail and GH. Does he want to re-engage the fight? On the backside, look where the Undying is. He has another tombstone drop down. Army with the stun onto Ghost. They would love to try and bring down the Sven. The right clicks from a BKB Nature's Prophet. He's going onto Ghost, and Ghost is down. No buyback available for the Sven any longer. Alchemist, he is about to fall as well, but he does have an Aegis. So he'll be back into the fray in a moment. The Tombstone is still available. Cinder, and it's doing so much work here. Sumail gets back into the fight, trying to do the most, trying to at least change the outcome of this engagement. But they've lost Omar, they've lost Sumail, they've lost the game. GG, well played is called. Xtreme Gaming secure game one with the comeback of a lifetime.
You know, a lot of the games that say teams like Spirit or Gaimin Gladiators or Tundra win against the Chinese teams, they beat them before it gets to this point. So they don't have to worry about this issue in any of their games. But they're friends from Tidebound, but it's not a hero I would connect with Nigma Galaxy very much. Even if Ghost can play it and they have run it in matches, it hasn't made a lasting impression on me. What heroes are trending right now? It's a lot of Spirit heroes that are elusive. They're tough to kill for you. All the Embers, the Void Spirits, the Pucks.
Top lane, they're going on to Ghost. There's the Shackles. XXS leading onto him. Has Timber Chain in 1 second. Does get gusted for now. And with Omar showing up, they can't really keep this going as they have enough damage to quickly kill off Xin-Q.
How many records of which kind?
As in, you know, I'll give you one, for example. We had the longest game, last game of the entire tournament up until this point. So records of that nature as Xin-Q just quickly catches Drow. Well, that's going to happen a lot throughout the game, so I'm expecting that to not be the last time that he dies like this.
To TP out. Okay, I'm not sure I understand your questions. How many records has been broken in this series, or?
No, from the last game, as in last game was a bit of an outlier in the tournament. Top lane. I'll give you more context now as they're going on XXX. He Timber Chains away, he's still alive, has 4 1 charges. Not going to decide to pop them because he knows his life is most likely taken. And they find him. 24,000.
94k.
Top lane, XXX in some danger here as he's been RP'd. Drow Ranger gonna be there with the right click damage. And they are able to make sure that the Timber Sword goes down.
Get this done with Ami's rotation. Will indeed.
He pops the meta. They even get the Hex out onto the Bristleback. Noob might be in some danger. There are some brambles from Omar, but XM couldn't really get close enough. G8 with the Echo Storm. They're still all alive though. Nigma Galaxy trying to back off from this. Onslaught going forward with the trample. They're looking towards Omar. Shadow Realm won't protect him from the trample and the blood grenade, so he ends up taking a tumble.
Looking like a much better overall setup for success than the last game was, and they did come out on top of that. This, however, it's going to be a support.
Let's see,
Xin-Q,
he got stuck in the circle as he's dying. No, they got away with GH. They even dropped the Chaos offering from Paulison. I don't know about that one, gang. They TP out with XM.
They settle for the support kill and do not get the Shrine as a result. So Nigma Galaxy, given those circumstances, I think should be very happy with that. Now they're trying to make a move of their own up top. Noob going in to defend.
But they don't know that they have allies behind them. War Trap onto Noob already. So as well as the Bedlam is going on to XXX, Noob is can't move anyway. He's trapped up. Sumail is here as well. The Pulverize prevents the instant RP from coming out. There's the Chaotic offering from Paulison. Noob ticking out to the Shadow Word. Will die. XM finishes him off. And Xin-Q also able to connect in onto Sumail. Will die for his efforts though. Doesn't seem like his team has that much interest in coming back to help him. Ultimately, the rotation still proved to be moderately successful, and they didn't commit the RP for it either, so it's still available. Speaking of the RP, Sumail immediately got himself pulverized, but there was the gust to cancel it out, and now the RP comes in onto XM. Paulison tried with the Chaotic offering, and now look at the damage from XXX. Early reveal on the BKB of the Timber Soul. They've already brought down Omar. Sumail, of course, gonna follow him into the grave, but now the BKB is done. XXX is vulnerable again. He's actually losing HP. The Drow Ranger's beating in onto him, and he might actually end up dead. Ghost finding the kill, making it a 3-for-2 trade. Despite the fact that it started so well for Xtreme, they did not account for the damage output of this Drow Ranger. This retreat is kind of dangerous. They see Sumail first and foremost. XM has the vision on top of him. This Observer Ward though, it scouts Sumail XM just as his smoke burst. Xin-Q finds the War Trap out onto Noob with a big fatal bounce onto everybody. Drow Ranger on the high ground, she's the big one. And now Ghost needs to get out of here. Ame trying to chase him down. Paulison drops the Chaotic offering on his head and Ghost will go down. Omar ended up dead on the other side of the fight as well. Brought down by XXS. They TP'd out with those who could.
So that's the end of that. Now they go mid, maybe. They'll try for a
No, they're going high ground. They find Ame. Skewer back. Ame tries with the Hurricane Pike. He tries to Manta through the Terrorize, but it's not gonna matter. He gets caught, he gets killed. They do commit the RP to kill him, and XXX is joined the fray. Activates the Aghanim Scepter, going forward, able to kill off Omar at the very least. Will his team be able to help out a little bit more as Noob gets caught in with the wall trap? Hollison drops down the fatal bonds as well as the chaotic offering. Pulverized out onto Noob. Noob almost dies. The timber chain's not going to kill him. It doesn't connect, but he does eventually end up falling. Ghost in the meantime able to clean up XM, but he can't progress easily past these wards. And now Hollison trying to put the chaotic offering. Sumail gets the horn toss out onto XXS. XXS will not get hit with the Echo Stomp, but Ghost is still on top of him, throwing in these right clicks. Paulison there, fatal bonds out, dispelled by Ghost with the Manta style. They need to get the Timber out of here, and they'll make that happen. But here come Xtreme Gaming. Oh, Noob, he's showing on the way. He's gonna get jumped on immediately with the Pulverize. Will they be able to kill him in time? GH drops an Earth Splitter behind, but it's not gonna be good enough. Noob, the Lotus Orb, nope. Finally, they dive him and they kill him. Ghost immediately realizes that this fight is cooked.
Demon's a good ability. Very fine and very fair.
Do you remember the old seal from Dota?
This guy's BKB too.
Yeah, he's not gonna get off the RP. Does finally get deployed. BKB not gonna be used. XM. He did not BKB. They even dropped the chaotic offering and he still ends up dead. Yeah, they do, and you can reach it right now. They see everything. Ame's not even here. He's trying to backstab on the Terror Blade. Look at him come through right now. BKB up. They were going, but they missed it out. They didn't get onto Ghost, but they still have the right-click damage from the Metamorphosis Terror Blade. They shred through the Draw Ranger. War Trap out onto GH. He can't help Ghost. Ghost is all alone in between all these illusions. Paulison even drops a chaotic offering to ensure his death. And they find Ghost. Looking for more Army. They can't cancel out the TP there on GH. Will they be able to get anybody else though? Onslaught forward. XM, he wants somebody. Omar, TP's out in front of their faces. Nigma also have the same realization, so they smoke up too. Gonna have a clash here in this bottom lane. Nigma, the smoke will break on Sumail. They dive in and they got Sumail first. This is a disaster. Paulison even dropped the chaotic offering. They refresh the Pulverize, they get it twice. Sumail is down, he buys back immediately. Noob trying to maintain his presence, but Ghost is being dove on by XM. They would like to find the Draw Ranger, but the right click damage onto XM is a little bit too much. Ghost should be able to find that kill, and XM is down. Now though, he's still being chased. In the meantime, Sumail trying to zone back the rest of the team, and XXX realizes that he's kind of all alone right now. Does have the BKB Aghanims going. That will allow him to maintain his presence as Army finishes off Omar, forces a buyback from this Dark Willow. And they TP out with XXX. So 2 kills, 2 buybacks drawn in exchange for the solitary life of XM. You'll probably take it. Unfortunately for them though, Roshan has just respawned. So Nigma Galaxy should be able to claim this one immediately.
Is this literally the whole game in a nutshell or what? Xtreme keep winning basically every single fight, at least by a little bit. Xtreme seem to be a bit too wise for that. Sumail.
Sumail. Beautiful horn toss RP. It catches the Warlock and the Timber Sword. Both of them are still alive for now, but Paulison will eventually die. XXX pops his BKB. Going forward, there's XM as well. With the BKB ready with the Pulverize, but no follow-up. So Sumail able to get back. However, the rock throw connects onto him and Omar. Omar might end up dead, and indeed he does. However, Ghost now just lashing in the damage from afar. But Shin Q has caught him in the wall trap. Ghost is in trouble. He has a BKB active, he needs to get out. Army Hurricane Pipes towards the Draw Ranger, and they beat him down. Sumail now, no BKB available. He dies. Noob is getting eviscerated by Army, and as Sumail comes back, he BKBs, but he drags the heroes that want to kill him with him. They bring him down. Ghost forced a buyback, so is Noob. But they don't have Sumail. 100 seconds in the grave. No buyback for the Magnets.
They cannot deal with the beefy boys, man. Like this.
There's reasons to back, but there's also reasons not to. They're like, guys, who dies here? Let's just keep going.
Back. I really don't. They have meta again in 3 seconds. This is mega step.
Oh, XXS jumping in. They want to try to bring down GH as well, but it's the Pulverize onto Ghost, which could end this game. He's forced a Hurricane Pipe to safety, bringing some damage in the opposite direction. It's going to be XM dying slowly but surely. The Terrorize was good, and he does go down to the Earth Splitter. Paulison, though, very nice chaotic offering on the back edge, stopping Nigma from the further chase.
So he took them one move speed and evasion.
Now, though he's still being jumped, however, BKB will be activated by him. Sumail did find the skewer back onto XXX, but hasn't even popped his BKB. Now that he does, Holy Immortal in the front foot of the fight. Noob also BKB, but there's not really much this Bristleback can do. They buy back with Omar. Can they lock down XM? He's inside the Bramble Maze, so that's some trouble, but XXX just blinks behind, running some trouble. And here comes Army with the illusions. They don't even care about heroes. They want to win the game. Pulverized now, going in onto Ghost, thanks to XM. He's been lashed up as well by the Shadow Shaman. Noob doing his best to chase these heroes away, but XM is too strong. Him and XXX just simply will not die. Their zoning goes into the base, not allowing him to leave the fountain, opening up the Ancient for Army to beat down. Ghost is still alive at the end of the day, but it does not matter. GG, well played is called. He dies in the final moments at the same time as his Ancient.
Is a testament to how theoretically easy this game became, right? They didn't even need Ame to have a pop-off performance and do massive damage. He has 731 CS and a great GPM, and